Hello. So it's been a while since I've done a rainbow loom tutorial, but we are back with them. And in this tutorial, we are going to be making this miniature horse. This horse was actually requested by someone on Instagram, and I was like, sure. So here he is, little tiny guy. Trying to make him as small as possible. So he's like a little small-sized horse. He's one loom, and he's not too hard to make. The hardest part will be the head. You can probably see I have snapped the cap band, and I've done made 2 of these horses and snapped the cap band on all of them. So yeah, it's he's pretty simple though. The band count will be in the description. And yeah, so we'll just get started on him. So you can also make these guys into different animals, make them to a zebra, a mule, a donkey, ponies, whatever you want. The only thing you would have to really change is the body color and the ears. I'm going to be making a mule. The only difference is I'm making the ears a bit longer. So yeah, we're going to get started on him. So I'm going to start off, so we're going to start off with the legs. So I'm going to get my body color ready. And then, I don't know if I said this, the band count will be in the description. So I'm going to start getting some of my bands. So I'm using 3 colors. But you can use more if you want. So we're gonna start off with, I need to see, okay. We're gonna start off with 2 bands at a time. Set your loom like this into like a rectangle. Take 2 bands, so we're gonna go down 3 times on this side with 2 bands. Then we're gonna go down twice in the middle. And then, just trying to make sure the camera focus because I haven't done this in a long time. And then we're going to do 2 bands going like that. Okay. Take double loop bands and do our horizontals. Here and here. And this is the front leg, by the way. And then, okay, yeah, so I want to make sure I'm doing everything right. We're going to take 3 bands and go down here. Take another 3. And then we're gonna do a double looped band. And then we're gonna do double loop band on top of that. So we're gonna have 2 double looped bands on the same peg. So you have 2 double loops right there. And then we're gonna do that again. So a double loop, and then another double loop on top of that. So you have 2 bands on there, but they're both double looped. Then we're gonna take another double looped and do it again. So you should have 3 sets of double loop bands, 2 on each peg. And then we are going to take 3 of our secondary colors. So I put tan as a little secondary color, but you can just stick with your body color. But I'm going to take 3 of the secondary color like that. Okay, let's move this. And then we're going to take our hoof color and go a double loop there, and then a double loop there. And then we're going to do a cap band of 4 times. You can do 5. 5 is probably better, but you can do 4. It doesn't matter too much. And then we're going to loom it up. So we start there. I'm sorry if the camera's off. Let me adjust it a bit. Move that down. My phone's gonna fall off. Okay, there. Okay, so we're gonna loom all this now. Take those 2. And we're just gonna loom up the entire thing. If I can get this. And here, I just like to grab a band at a time. So grab the first double loop and then the second double loop, just so they don't twist. And I'm going to release the cap bands here, because I seem to have a bad luck with cap bands, and they often end up snapping on me. So I'm just going to lift that up a bit, just so the bands don't snap. And then here, first double loop and the second. I'll be very careful here, because I could easily snap. Although if you snap one double loop, it's fine, because you have a second one under it. Loom up these. Here. I'm a bit rusty because I don't loom as much anymore. because bands are so expensive. It's ridiculous. And this horsey's a bit overdue. I should have had this tutorial out at least a month ago. Okay, so now we're going to take 2 bands and just tie it off at the top. And then we can take this off our loom. And you want to make 2 of these. You can make both of them the exact same way. You don't have to like do any symmetry or any of that. Nothing, I don't think anything requires symmetry in this project. Okay. So you go back and make another one. And then what you can do is you can take 2 of your secondary color, and I'm actually going to pull out these bands a bit because they're a bit loose. There. You can take 2 or 3 of your secondary color, and you can wrap it around the hoof a bit, 2 times. Like that, and it just kind of gives it a bit more detail, but you don't have to do that. Okay. And now we're going to work on the back leg, and I can't remember if I used 2 or... Okay, yeah. So we're going to take 2 bands at a time again. We're going to go down 4 times on this side with 2 bands of your main body color. Oops. And then 3 times down the middle. And then we're going to do an overstretch here. It's going to be very stretchy. To there, to there. And then we're going to take 2 bands here, and then 2 bands here. And then we're going to do a double looped, horizontal, and then take 2 bands across these 3, and then a double looped. And I'm going to sip my coffee, because I have coffee. Even though it's like 9 at night right now, I shouldn't be drinking caffeine. Okay. And then we're going to grab 3 bands, and go down. And then we're going to take another 3. I'm sorry if my desk is a bit messy. It's like stained of resin and stuff. And I'm stupid because I didn't put anything there. Protect it from the resin. And then we're going to take... Let's see. Just trying to make sure I'm doing everything properly. Let me open a double loop. No, it wasn't. Okay. And we're going to do the same with the double loop band. So we're going to take a double loop. And then we're going to put another double loop band on top of it. And then we're going to do that again. Trying to make sure this is in the camera. And then 1 more time, so 3 times. And then I'm going to take my secondary color, 3 of it. And then I'm going to take my hoof color and go down here and then to the side. And then cap each of them off 4 or 5 times. I'm just doing 4. Okay. And then we're just going to loom this up like we did with the other one. I do plan on getting more into rainbow loom tutorials again. I still plan on making soul ray gum. I think I just messed up there. What did I do? Oops. No, I'm good. I do plan on doing soul ray gum still, a baby version. I've already made the adult version, but I still want to make a baby version, so... Still can't guarantee when, but I really do want to make a baby soul ray gum eventually. Okay. Just going up the loom. And also Zim. Zim would be fun. He'd be very appropriate for making like a little baby dragon. Okay, just making sure camera's focused on everything. And then we're just gonna loom up this. I'm gonna take off this cap band. I hope the cap band doesn't break on this guy, because they break on all of them. And they break so much on me, it's very annoying. And I can't sell these little horsies when I go to like Art Hop or like some art convention thing, because their cap bands are snapped, and that just happens to be the most important band. Okay, and then we're just gonna tie all these off with the random color. I'm just using black. And then once again, you want to make 2, another one, so you have 2 back and 2 front. You can make it exactly the same. I was actually planning on just having this be a horse, but the colors, I realized the colors make it look like a mule, so it's gonna be a mule. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. Take 2 bands and wrap it around here. This cap band's a bit stretched out, but I can fix that later. Okay. So you should have 2 front and 2 back legs now. Now we are going to work on the... Let's work on the stomach, just to get that out of the way. Yeah, okay. Let's work on the stomach, because I feel like I'm going to forget that otherwise. Take all of our body color. We're going to switch our loom real quick. So we're going to take the middle and bring it up 1 so it makes an arrow. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8th peg from the bottom. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, take 2 bands. And we're just going to go all the way down the center. I'm sorry if I sound short, out of breath. It's kind of like an anxiety thing when I record videos. It always happens. And then we're going to take 2 bands, go from here to here, and then we're going to go down. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah! And then take 2 bands going there. I want to make sure I'm doing this right, because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, diagonal, yeah, okay. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then we're going to do our horizontal, so we're going to take a double looped here, 2 bands here, 2 bands here, okay, 2 bands here, and 2 bands here. And then we're just going to cap it off at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then we're just going to loom all this up. I also have an adult toucan on my list. I got requested a while ago as well. I just haven't had the chance, but I do plan on making an adult toucan as well. I've already made the baby toucans, and so I think it'd be cool to make an adult. The baby toucans took a long time to create. I think I had like 4 or 5 trials for the head. The adult toucan should be pretty easy, because I already know how to make the baby. I just have to make everything bigger, and that's about it. Okay, and then after you loomed all that, you can loom these 2. And then we'll just tie off with a random color at the very end and take it off our loom. I'm sorry if the camera angle is very weird. I'm trying to keep this in frame as much as possible. And we'll just take this off our loom. Okay. So we got legs and stomach. And then I think we just have the head left, and then we're onto the body. So we're going to start off with the lower jaw. And I actually didn't take a picture of the lower jaw, but I think I know how to do it. So, we're going to take some tan. We're going to take our snout color. Here's the snout color. I'm going to be using tan as well. And we're going to take double loops down the center. Yeah, okay. And we're going to go down 3 times down the center. This is all in double looped bands. And then twice down the sides. And then we're going to go inward, double loop here towards the center, and then again on the other side. And then we're going to take horizontals and double loops and just put them here and here. Cap it off and loom it. You can add a tongue if you want to, but I wouldn't do it. It will just make everything really weird and crowded. If you want to, you can add a tongue. If you don't like the tongue, you can always just rip it off, but I just don't think a tongue would just be a bit too much for something this tiny. And then I'm going to tie off with a different color. Take some red bands. Ooh, an albino horse would be cool to make. I have a transparent jelly white. It's a very weird band color. That I don't know when rainbowloom came out with it, but definitely somewhat recently. So I'm like, that's weird. I wouldn't get it if like if you like your opaque colors. It's a very weird color. It's like the darker version of clear. Okay, so I got the jaw. And now we're going to work on the top of the head. Okay, so we're going to start off with 2 bands down the middle, going down 3 times. This is in our main body color. And we're going to take double loops down the sides once, twice, and then once and twice again. And now we're gonna make our eyes. So okay, we're gonna take a black band, wrap around our hook 4 times, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna take our eye color. I'm gonna be using caramel, and wrap around twice on this side, and then wrap around twice on this side, so you have 2 loops of caramel on each side like that. Bands are a bit tight. So it looks like that, and we're going to take 2 of our body, or is it 2 or a double looped? It's a double looped, I think. Yeah. We're going to take a double looped of our body color. And we're going to slide that eye on in order. So first the 2 caramel, the 4 black, and the 2 caramel. And we're going to put it on here and here. Like that. I think that's correct. Yeah. And then we're going to do that again. So we're going to take a black band, wrap it around our hook 4 times, take an eye color, around twice on one side, and then twice on the other side, double looped body color, and slide it onto your band. So the first 2 caramel, 4 black, 2 caramel, and then put the eye here and here. Then we're going to take a double looped brown body color here, and then we're going to make our ears. Okay. Now I'm going to make my ears slightly longer, and I'll tell you when to stop if we're just making a regular horse. So we're going to take a body color up on our hook 4 times, or an ear color. You can make the ears different colors as well. And we're going to take a double looped, slide that cap band on. And we're going to take 3 bands, slide that on, but do not reclaim the end yet, so just put that on your finger. Then we're going to grab the inner ear color. So this is the inner ear color here, and I use tan, so I'm going to take 2 tan, wrap around my hook 3 times, and then we're going to reclaim that end, so that's in the center. Then we are going to take another 3 bands and slide all that on. So the 3 body, the inner ear, and then the 3 body. Now if you're making a horse, you would just take a double loop band and slide that on and stop. But I'm going to make this ear a bit longer, so I'm going to take another 3 bands, slide that on, and let's see, go for another 3. Give them some very big ears. Actually, I think that's enough. Now we'll just say it like that. Then we'll take a double looped, slide that on. And then you want to make another ear on the hook. So we take a band, wrap around the hook 4 times, double loop, slide that on, take 3, slide that on. Oh no, we want to reclaim those 3. Oops. Then we take 2, inner ear color, wrap around 3 times, reclaim the loop. Take another 3 body color, and slide the 3, the ear color, the 3. And then if you're just making a horse, you would do a double loop. And since I'm making a mule, I'm going to add an extra set of triple bands and then a double looped. Okay. And then we are now going to take a body color, double loop, and then slide both ears onto that. And then this could be our horizontal band. So we're going to put one end here, one end here. We're going to separate it. And then we're going to take, there's like 4 loops in the center, and so you want to take 2 out of the 4 loops in the center. Even though it's a double loop band, it still has 4 loops. If I can grab them. And we grabbed one. Ah! You want to take the 4 loops and then pull them up like that. So it's like a triangle, and then you have the ears on each side like that. Okay, so we're going to tap off and start looming, but as we loom, we're also going to add a little bit of mane to the horsey. Right here. So we are going to go in there, grab the eye bands, loom those, grab those other eye bands and loom those. I feel like a band just snapped. Open it. We're gonna loom up, let's see how many times. Once up the middle. Yes, we're gonna loom up once in the middle, and we're gonna loom up, we can loom all the way up on the sides. And make sure your bands do not snap, because if your freaking double loop bands snap or your cap band, then you have to go back and redo it. I'm gonna hope that the band gods are on my side today. And then we are going to make the mane. So you can make the mane as long or as short as you want. But I'm just going to be doing what I did on this horsey. So, let's see. I'm going to take a mane color, wrap around my hook 3 times actually. And then we're going to take 1 band, slide that cap band on, and then take another band and slide that on. So it's just a single band. You could do 2, but I think the 1 band makes it look nicer. And then as we loom up this next set, we're going to slide this little main piece on, like that. And we're going to do another main piece, and this time, it's going to be, actually wait. Yeah. This time we're going to make it 1 longer, so cap band 3 times. And we're going to make it a chain of 3. 2, 3. And then we're just gonna go in here, and then before we put that, reclaim the loops, and just slide the little main piece on, like that. I'm gonna release this cap band, okay, there. And then we're just gonna tie off with a random color, like that. I shouldn't have tied off with jelly bands, they slip. We're going to take this off our loom and hope that none of the bands snap. Oh god. Oh. Okay. So it looks very weird right now. I don't know, it kind of looks like a bug. But there. That's where it is. So you should have the lower jaw on the head. And now we're going to work on the main part of the head. I have so many of these C cups, it's ridiculous. And I still keep them for some reason. Okay. So, we're going to take 2 bands of our body color. We're going to go from the middle out. And then again, the middle out. Take another 2 bands. And we're going to go down 3 times on the side. 2, 3. And then Then we're going to do that again on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Okay, and then we're going to go down 3 times down the center. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Trying to make sure I'm doing everything correct. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I want to go down one more time down the center. 4. 5 times with the body color down the center. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. And we take our snout color, grab 2 snout color, and then I can't tell if that's a double looped. I think that's a double loop. Yeah, now we take a double loop snout color. Okay, like that. Then we're gonna 1, 2, 3. Take a double loop body color. And go down twice. So 1 double loop, 2 double loop, and we're going to go down twice again on the other side. 1, 2. I'm sorry I'm being slow. I'm just trying to make sure I don't mess up anywhere. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we want to start touching our jaw, so we actually want to pick up these last 2 sets right here. This last set here. Let's pick that up and release it for a second so we can attach our lower jaw. Yeah, so we're going to take our lower jaw. And we're going to attach these 3 ends to these 3 pegs. And it doesn't matter which way you attach it, obviously, just 3 ends on the 3 pegs. So there, center goes in the center. And then this set. Okay. And then we can pick up these 2 bands again in the center and just put them back on top of the jaw like that. Okay, and now we are, let's see, we're going to take our snout color, and we're going to do double loops, down twice on each side, so 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to take a double loop and then just go in towards the middle, like that. Okay, and then we're going to take a cap band and cap that off 4 times. 2. Okay. And then we're going to do our nostrils. So we're going to take 2 black bands, wrap them around your hook 3 times, and then take another 2 and wrap around your hook 3 times, like that. Take a double looped snout color, not body, double looped snout color, and then slide these 2 nostrils on. And then we're going to attach the end here, and then the other end on this peg. Then we're going to separate the nostrils, go in between, grab 2 loops, and then bring it down a peg to there. So a nostril on each side. Then we're going to take a double loop and then make a triangle over that like that. And we're going to take another double looped snout color here. And then a double loop body color. Double body color. All the way up. And then here, we take a double looped, and we're just gonna put it between these two. So we're not gonna make a triangle here, we just put it right across to these two pegs. Okay. Drink another sip of my coffee. My cold coffee. And let's see. Moving my phone. I took pictures on my phone, so I'm looking at my phone right now to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so we should have this. I'm going very slow on this. I lost where I was doing. Okay. So now we're gonna start looming up. And as we loom up, we're going to attach this part of the head. So I really wish I had better instructions here. Yeah, we're gonna start looming up. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna start looming. Let's go pick up those two, those, and then the center. And actually can't remember what I did there. I'm sorry if you can hear dogs. Dogs are barking. Not much I can do. So we're gonna loom up the sides almost all the way up. So that, go under the jaw, grab those two, and we're gonna loom up to the second to last peg. So right there. No. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Never mind. Loom back those down. I'm so sorry. I completely lost track. I missed something. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to bring these down a bit to here. So you want to loom up to this peg on the sides. I'm sorry. I lost track there. That was stupid. I think 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold on, I'm confused. I've confused myself. 1, 2, 3, cap band. 1, 2, 3, cap band. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, we actually want to do the fourth peg. 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually want to loom up to the fourth peg from the top. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna redo this tutorial though. I'll leave I'll try to leave a note in the description or the comment section. Cause yeah, so we're actually gonna loom up to the fourth peg from the top. So basically, just want to loom the last double looped body color. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, right above the jaw. Okay, now we want to loom up the center. So, loom up this. Loom up this. And then, this is where I attach your head. So, you want to loom up to here, here, and then the same here. So, now we're going to grab our head. And we're going to flip it so that way the mane is downward. And we're going to go through the first set in the middle, so the set right under the cap band, but we don't want to go through the cap band. And go straight through the middle of that. And make sure it's even. And then as we loom this set, we're going to slide the head on. Yeah. So, oops, I grabbed the jaw. Make sure not to grab that. So I'm going to grab the jaw, not the jaw, loom up that set, and then we're going to slide the head on, and then reclaim the loops. And then we can loom up the middle once, twice, and I think we can loom up, yeah, let's loom up to there. We're going to flip our head. Actually, I release the cap band here, so that way it doesn't overstretch. I'm just going to lift the snout just a tiny bit, just so it releases the tension and I risk lower the risk of snapping bands. So I'm just going to lift it up to there. Okay. Now we are going to, so yeah, 1, 2, 3. Grab the set behind the eyes. So there's like 2 parts of the set. You want to grab the set underneath, right here, that the eyes are on. Right there. Grab those 2, attach it to the next peg, and then we're going to loom that up once. And we do the same on the other side. So the bottom 2 of the double looped. Attach it. Slide that on. And then I'm going to lift this up just a bit more. Looks very weird right now. It'll look cute once it's adjusted. And we'll grab the next set and just the underneath part. There's technically 4, and you just want to grab the very bottom 2. I'm actually going to lift this. No. Okay. Next set. And then loom up 1. Same thing on the other side. Okay. And then we're going to lift this up just a bit more. I always say these mini projects because like they're the easiest but the hardest because there's a bigger chance of ruining your project with the snap bands. Okay, now we're going to attach, we can actually loom up the center one more time. Now we're going to attach these 3 loops to these 3 pegs here. So I'm going to start off with the middle. Oh, my dog just coughed. And attach that there, and we don't want to, let's see, we want to make another main piece real quick. So we're going to take a main color, wrap around your hook 3 or 4 times, grab a single band, slide that on, and we're just going to do a chain of 3 again. Actually, wait. Yeah, let's do a chain of 3. And then we're gonna slide that main piece onto, we'll loom these 2. We'll slide that main piece onto there. And we're gonna go back in through that main piece. So backwards into that main piece again. And then we're gonna grab the other 2 bands and then slide that on. So it's on both, oops, I messed up. So we want this to be on both, ends of the both bands. Sets I meant. There. And now we can attach the other ends. So go through here. Make sure you go through those loops. Okay. Attach it and then loom the last set. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Yeah, I hope this tutorial is not too difficult because I'm definitely like messed up a few times already, and but hopefully it's not too difficult. I'll try to leave timestamps of like, oh, skip this or do this instead of waiting for me to figure it out. I'm just gonna tie off these 2 ends and then take off the head. If I can tie it off. I don't want to tie the the tying band. There. There. Oops. And we just take this off our loom and you can adjust the head a bit. A little mule. Horsey. Zebra. Zebra would be cool. It'd be a pain to do though. Okay. Put our loom aside for a second and adjust our head so we can straighten up the ears, pull the snout down a bit, push out the nostrils. Push out the eyes that they're tucked in. And yeah, so here's our little head. It's so cute. Okay. All we have to do now is the... Oh my god, it's really cute. Oh my god, I love it. So all we have to do is the body and start attaching everything, I believe. Okay. So we're going to get our loom. And we're going to start attaching everything. Ooh. So we'll grab 2 bands, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Start from the 9th peg from the bottom, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. And we're gonna go all the way down our loom, so 1, 2, with 2 bands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times down the loom, I believe. Yeah, okay. And then we're just gonna go across, and we're just gonna pretty much do what we do with this time, just go all the way down with 2 bands. Okay. I'm also recording this because my past rainbow tutorials are on a different phone, and the camera quality is really bad. But this phone has some very nice video quality, and so I'm hoping this looks a lot better than my past tutorials. The lighting's still lighting's weird with all the shadow. That's because my lamp's on that side. But yeah, struggling here. I remember I also got requested to make a bearded dragon like 2 years ago. I never did it. I still want to, I just never had the chance. Take 2 bands here to here. And then 2 bands here to here like that. Then we take a double looped here. And then 2 bands for the horizontals all the way up. Okay. So we're going to start attaching our legs. So we start with the front legs. Doesn't matter which front leg you get because they look the same either way. And we're going to go through the first set. And we're going to attach it here and then there. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. Attach our other front leg. I have to turn my loom. I can't do it without turning my loom. Okay. Like that. And then we're going to take our back legs. Now, okay. So you have the side with I'm trying to think. So you have 2 sides. You have the one with the 4 bands, and then you have the one with the 8 bands. So the 8 band one, which is like the thicker part, we want to, or the 8 loop site, not 8 bands. We want to attach towards us. So you want this kind of outward part that has the most loops, most sets on this. I'm really bad at explaining. This side that's sticking out, you want to attach in front of you. So we're going to go through all of these loops here, which can be a bit tricky because there's a lot. We want to try to go through all those loops. So you can't see, but I'm trying to go through all of them. Okay. And you want to attach it to here. So the third. Attach it there. Like that. I think I've missed some sets, but that's fine as long as I got a couple on. And then we attach this easier set up here. Like that. Now we're going to put the same thing on the other side. So go through all those loops and attach it there. Oops. Ah. And then the other set there. Oops. Okay. Now we are going to attach our head. So we're going to have our head and we're going to flip it upside down so everything's facing down. And we are going to attach these two sets to these two ends. And once again, it's a tricky one because you have to go through a bunch of bands. Okay. So just take your time because you don't want to miss any or multiple. If you miss one, it's not a big deal, but if you miss multiple sets, then that's when it becomes a big deal. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a couple sets, but, you know, I just want to get this video done because it's overdue, and I don't have time to be counting these sets. I can always make another horse if I want to. They're very easy to make. They don't cost a lot of bands. You can get them done within about an hour and a half. So you know. Okay. And then as we go up, we're going to start attaching the stomach. And I didn't even mark where I was going to attach the stomach on this project, which sucks. So I'm going to have to count real quick. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we can loom up twice on these sides. So we're gonna go in, grab our, it's a bit tricky, okay, go under, grab the diagonal set, and then go in, grab that other set, and we're gonna loom up twice on the sides. Once, twice, so basically up to the leg, and then we'll do the same on the other side. This side always seems to be my weakness, the right side. There's something about looming the right side I can never do. Okay. Once, twice, and then we can loom up once in the middle. So I'll go under all those bands. Okay. So I make sure I caught all the bands and I didn't screw up. Okay. Like that. And then take our stomach. And we're going to go through the cap band. Yes, so we're going to go through the cap band of the stomach. And as we, actually, wait. We actually want to pick up this set we just loomed and slide the stomach on that. So, pick that up, slide the cap band on, slide it back. And we can loom this up to almost all the way up. So let's loom up the center. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to attach it. Up to there, so the last center thing. Then we're going to take the bottom two bands, so you know. Take the bottom sets of each set, and then just start attaching it. So grab the first set, attach it there, and loom up. Next bottom set, bottom two. The reason I'm not going through all four is because it just won't look right. It's a lot more nicer and neater looking if you go through the bottom two. And I'm gonna work on the other side a bit. Because, like I said, you don't want to snap that cap band. It's the most important band. It holds everything together, and so if that snaps, you're really screwed. And I've had that happen to me. on bigger projects, or work on something pretty big, or that was very time consuming, and then like one of the freaking hat bands or the single double loop bands will snap on me, and it's not fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift up the horsey a bit just to release tension, or the mule in this case. I'm not gonna lift it up all the way. I'm gonna keep about, you know, like 3 pegs of band still on, you know, just so it doesn't slide off. We're just gonna continue doing this. Pretty simple. Those little guys coming together. This guy was a really tricky project to make. I had to redo the head several times. I would say it took about 3 or 4 trials until I got something I liked. Because horses are weird. I think it came out pretty decent in the end. And also, like, it was like, it's meant to be really itty bitty, so that's what the person wanted. And I'm like, okay, I'll try to make it as tiny as possible. And, you know, I think I got it pretty small. I think this is the smallest I could get a horse. So, yeah, you know who you are, and I hope you like it. Hope you like this horse. I love horses as well. I really want to get a horse one day. Very fun to ride. If you have the chance to ride a horse, go for it. It is such an experience. Okay, so I'm actually going to attach this center set to this, to the center here that we just looped up to. I don't think you did that on the previous horse, but it really just, it doesn't matter too much. In fact, it'll probably look nicer without all those bands on that peg. Attach that there. Up. Middle. And there's these 2 sets. Oops, wait, actually I want to attach this stuff. Actually. Actually, wait. Actually, we want to attach those last 2 sets, so we want to bring those down. And attach those final 2, that final 2 diagonal sets there. And then we can loop up there. Okay, before we... God, sorry, can't breathe. Okay, we're gonna do the tail. Now, so you can do the tail multiple different ways. There's different ways you can do the tail. For me, I just kind of went lazy and just did what I did with the mane, and just got single bands and made the tail. But you can do many different ways. On this other one, this was my trial. You know, I did this tail of triple bands and stuff, but there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can see the improvement here. You know, his snout's a bit weird and disproportionate, but yeah. So I'm just gonna be lazy, but like I said, there's a lot of different ways to do a tail. We're gonna go in under all of these sets, and I'm gonna grab a single tail color or main color, then reclaim it, and then I'm gonna do about 5 sets of just single. Oops. 3, 4, 5, and then I'm just gonna tie that off, and then I'm gonna go back in and make like another set, because that's a very thin tail there. So I'm gonna go back all the way down and then just make like a 3rd tail piece, and I'll make it 4 this time. 2, 3, 4, and then tie that off. And then one more time on the other side. 1, 2, 3, and tie that off. And then we can take this guy off our loom and see how he looks. Hopefully he looks good. So now what you can do is you can take off all your tying bands. I'm not going to do that just for the sake of time. I can zoom in a bit. You take off all your tying bands. And then what you can do is you can wire the legs, or you can grab your hook and just go through the leg and then just pull the leg down. For these guys, I didn't wire them, and I think they look perfectly fine not wired. But all you have to do is just really adjust it a bit. You know, just get, like, he's already kind of, like, you know, in that position. But yeah. So, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It was a first Rainbow Loom tutorial of the year, and the first one I've done in quite a long time. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm down for suggestions. It does take me a while to do them, but I do try to do them all. Or at least keep them on a list. So yeah, if you do make any of these horses, share them with me on Instagram. I love seeing when people make my creations. I'll link my Instagram in the description, and we'll share it on my stories, but you know. Yeah, here he is. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like and subscribe, maybe. That'd be very nice. And like I say, if you have any suggestions for future tutorials or uploads, let me know. And I'll see you someday.